All right, it is time for another watch before you buy. Yes, Miss Pat, Mama Pat, Pat McGrath. She's coming out with a new product, a new little mini eyeshadow palette. So we must break it down. So let's go ahead and jump in with the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So as I just mentioned, it is time for another watch before you buy. But before I get carried away, let me go and introduce myself. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash in her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, I love Pat McGrath. Eyeshadow is my jam. You know, I just ranked all 35 of my eyeshadow palettes by Pat McGrath. So when I do these videos, it is not a dig at the brand. It is so you can have a very informative, or you can make a very informative purchase based off of what I presented. Okay, so I've done the research. I went ahead, I looked at the shades of this little mini eyeshadow palette coming out, and I was like, this is really, really cute, but I've seen these names before. I've heard these names before, so I got to going, you know? So, of course, I used the Pat McGrath website as a reference, my eyeshadow palettes, and went and looked at Tim Talia as well because, you know, she has everything on there archived on her blog. Now, if you're like me and you're distracted by beautiful, shiny objects, you're probably like, oh my God, this is so cute. I literally said this. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. I think I'm gonna grab it because I saw it on Sephora's website when I was just on there browsing around, and I just saw it pop up that it was coming out. So this quad looks like, or it's not a quad, it's a little mini 6-pan, and it's actually gonna come out on April 10th, exclusive to the Sephora app, and then on the 11th, it's gonna be available to all of the platforms. So like I said, this is just a breakdown. It's not to deter you from buying, but just so you can have an informed purchase, because maybe you feel like they're all new shades. But if you're any fan of Pat McGrath, have any type of sizable collection by Pat McGrath, you already know that she kind of tends to repeat a lot of things, and she repeats a lot of the same tones. It might be a different shade, but the vibes are very similar. So like I said, this is not a dig. This is just so you have an informed decision when you go ahead and purchase this palette. Now, I think this is cute if you are jumping into the brand because Pat McGrath is super expensive and you just want to try something out, or if you travel a lot or on the go, or even if you just have a large Pat McGrath collection and you just like, you know what, I want it, I want to buy it, then fine. But let's see. So we have the mini eyeshadow palette, and this is called Sublime Smoke. But if you have these two palettes, these two little babies right here, you have the little 6-pan that has been created. Now, I saw this and I was like, oh, it's cute. It looks like one of the bronzy shades kind of shifts green, and I was all about it. But I was like, wait a minute, girl. Let's bring it back. We could save this. What does it retail? I think it retails for about $30. I'm gonna just double check real quick. All right, I checked the price. I stand corrected. It is $29, which is actually really not a bad price point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk through the shades and I'm gonna swatch it out. Normally I kind of create a look, or, you know, when I talk about so many shades, so you can just get a feel for what they might look like. But I have to run out the door. This is the only time I had to film this video. But I am wearing this beautiful matte trance lipstick by Pat McGrath, and this is called Deep Orchid. And oh, yeah, it is a matte trance, and I got it on sale, you know, but quite a while ago. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first shade we're going to talk about is called Taboo, and it's actually from Mothership 6. I got my cards, so you know I can remember the names, okay? So this is the beautiful Mothership 6. This is Midnight Sun, and we have our first shade, which is called Taboo. So as you can see, this is like a little caramely brown. I really do enjoy this shade, and I'm going to go ahead and swatch it right here. So it does provide some nice crease color, nice little smoke, and it shows up pretty well on my skin complexion. Because one thing about the Mothership browns, they can be pretty smoky. Next up, we have the shade called Bronze Blaze, okay? And that is from actually Mothership 5. And if you just caught my video where I'm ranking all of the Mothership palettes, I actually talk about one of the downsides of this palette is I don't care for the formula of this shade or this shade. Now, this is actually the shade that's Bronze Blaze. So, it's just, it's a grittier formula for sure. It is a beautiful color, but definitely just a grittier shade. And I tend to find that it was a lot of fallout with this shade when you put it on the eye, not so much when you're just swatching it on your arm. So I do feel that you need some type of Mayron mixing medium or a NYX glitter glue to help this shade reapply or apply better. Now, I do not know if in the little mini 6 pan that if it's going to be any different, and maybe she's tweaked the formula just a tad bit so it can just stay better on your eyes. All right, the next shade we have is called Bronze Eclipse, which is this one. This is back in Mothership 6. Now, I do enjoy the formula of this one. That is one of these nice satin metallics that Pat McGrath makes so well that you could just blend out into the crease effortlessly. Really pretty. So, look how that just goes onto the arm. So smooth, so pretty. I don't know if I should have done my swatches like this. Okay, it's better like that. It's just that the swatch will not come out that great if I swatch it like that. I need to have ample pressure with my finger so I can get a nice swatch for you all. All right, so now we have a Skin Shell shade, okay? So the Skin Shell shade that she chose actually comes from Mothership 5, and it's called Skin Shell Divine. What is it? No, it is Skin Shell Divine Glow, yes. So that is here, and I do like this Skin Shell shade. I have worn this all over my lid with a little bit of that aubergine in the crease. Make a nice statement look, so there we go. And then you see it has a little bit of kind of like gold reflex. Now, one of my favorite shades is called Extreme Dusk, and that is from Mothership 6. Here, it's just a nice, you know, brown, gray, black hybrid shade. So here we go. And this is where the smoke starts to come in, because, you know, everything else has been quite bronzy. Nice swatch there. Okay, now the last shade actually comes from Mothership 7, which is Divine Rose. So I do apologize, there is one more shade that's included. So really, if you have 2 palettes, you have it. But let's be honest, there are so many browns in the Mothership 5 that you can use. So you don't necessarily have to dip into Mothership 7 in order to create this look. But if you have Mothership 7, you're good too. And that is the shade that's called Extreme Mahogany. And Extreme Mahogany was also an idol. So if you have that as a single, you're good to go as well too. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the Extreme Mahogany there. And there we go. That is our little smoky Sublime Smoke mini eyeshadow palette. So just to keep some things in perspective for you, if you could decide if you want to spend the $29 on the quad or not, or I keep calling it a quad because it's so little and petite, but it's actually a 6 pan, which I do appreciate about that little formula, because you can just go anywhere, throw it in your bag, travel. It's not going to take up a lot of space at all. So I do really like that. But these shades are very redundant. So you have to decide if this is something that you want to add to your collection. The Sephora sale is coming up, so if you're Rouge, of course, you can get 20% off of it, or if you're VIB, I think it's like 15%. So it does make it, you know, more reasonable. That sale starts just in a few days, like next week on the 14th, and then a few days later if you're just VIB. So I would definitely wait so you could, you know, save a little discount on it, which would definitely make it, you know, very cost effective for these 6 shades. Now I think it's really beautiful. Like the color story is great to have it right there together, especially if you're traveling a lot. It is smoky, but you know, you can kind of dull down this shade, the Extreme Dust, to kind of fit your needs. I think right now, I was caught up in the hype for just a second. I was going to purchase it, but now I'm not. So I'm not going to do that. And I just wanted to come on here, let you guys know, you know, hey, if you're blinded by beautiful, sparkly, shiny objects like I can be too, but you're also trying to ball out and keep that makeup budget kind of tight and not purchase and bring a lot of things into your collection that you don't necessarily need because you already have these existing shades, then here you go. Because sometimes, like I said, we just see these things and, you know, be like, okay, it's Pat McGrath, so you know the vibes are going to be similar, but I don't really have this. But hey, you do have this. If you have any type of sizable Pat McGrath collection, you have this. A lot of people tend to have Mothership 5 because it was really popular. I always say that this particular palette definitely changed the game for the brand, put everybody like on high alert. And then of course, Mothership 6, you know, nobody liked her in the beginning. I always say that too. But then she went on sale and I think a lot of people got a chance to try the brand. You know, it's been on sale, off sale for $87 so many times. And those two where the majority of shades are coming. So you have to just make that decision. Me, myself, and I'm going to save my $30 and apply it someplace else. And of course, you have that one shade that comes from Mothership 7, the Extreme Mahogany. But you know, it's a brown. I'm sure you have a brown. But like I said, if you want to jump into the brand, I think that this is a fabulous way to jump into the brand. Don't get me wrong, very much a fabulous brand. So let me know if you're going to pick it up, if you like have a good Pat McGrath collection and you're going to pick it up, or if you're just starting off with Pat McGrath and you want to pick this up. So let me know down below. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video. And subscribe to my channel because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And with all of that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, 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 chair dance. Chair dance. Hey, chair dance. All right, y'all. Bye.